EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Crescent City of New Orleans and the Caesars Superdome, the home of the Saints. Here is the Spring League star, Jake Bates, set to get this one going. And off we go from the Superdome. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Throwing at the start. Here's Carr. And it's a reception for Taysom Hill. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
A good spot here. Second and a yard. On the ground for the first time, this is Alvin Kamara. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Great job here defensively, Mike. Make them snap the ball again. 2nd and 1, they're not conceding anything. Make it 3rd and 1 and see if your defense can come up again with a stop for no gain.
And that is incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and they're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And he is going to have the Saints first down. Quite a call there. They go for it on 4th and inches, and it's a gain of 5.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Get into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete. Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Now, Carr. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on 4th down. He's got his man. It's Hill. And he's going to have a Saints first down as they wind up getting 13 on 4th down.
Well, you can see the entire sideline and, frankly, the entire fan base kind of holding their breath. That decision on your own side of midfield to go for it on 4th down, had they not gotten it, that's a tough position to put your defense in, but that's a conversation for another day. The offense is going to stay on the field after the conversion, and now they got to see, can they take advantage of that aggressive play call and finish this drive with points?
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. That's going to be pulled in by Kamara. And the Saints are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them down to the 1.
This has been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes. The reason teams love calling the quarterback's number on design quarterback runs, Mike, is because in the blocking scheme, you gain one additional blocker. It didn't matter here.
And he will take it in himself. Derek Carr. Touchdown, New Orleans. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Patrick motioning here. Goff going to open up with a throw. That's to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
So after one, the Saints out on top. More from New Orleans after this. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. From the shotgun, it's Carr. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. Here's 3rd and 2.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Carr working out of the gun. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Alvin Kamara that time. And that'll set up 4th down.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire. So the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
That's taken in. He is in. Alvin Kamara. Touchdown, Saints. Blake Groupie comes on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Saints will take a 15-0 lead. After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's the first carry for the Iowa State Cyclones, David Montgomery. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Goff. Here's a ball thrown deep right sideline. He was looking for Jahmyr Gibbs out of the backfield. And it'll be 3rd down. Goff to throw. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and For this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
And he's gonna get there. He's got the first down. What great awareness after the catch. He gets enough to move the chains. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. This one complete to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's Goff. A hit as he threw. The pass is incomplete. Trying to set up that screen, but the rush got there too quickly. Try again. It's 2nd and 10. Back to the air. It's Goff. That's over the middle. Taken in by Laporta. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. To throw is Goff. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
He'll get this one complete to St. Brown.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
What an important sequence this is, trying to get one of those scores back before halftime in a great spot. 1st down and goal. Throwing here is Goff. He pulls it in around the 5. The Lions call their first timeout. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime. Ball right on the 5-yard line, 2nd down and goal. Goff to throw. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Lions. Goff has his offense ready for this 2-point try. Back to throw. And he'll get into the end zone. Doing it on his own. Successful 2-point conversion. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. On the return, here's Mims. Terrific return. He's taken down just shy of midfield. First down throw for Carr. He'll go right and find his running back. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Now a short one caught by the tight end Johnson. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
On 1st and 10, Carr. That one incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Second down, Carr. Shaheed with the catch. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
He'll let this go towards the end zone.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning, being able to get him to get his hands on the ball and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover. Is back on the field.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. Now, Goff. He's going to let this one go deep. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Here's first and 10. Now the first carry for the Alabama speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. Willie Gay with the stop. Second down and 8. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. A second down throw for Goff. He'll find Montgomery out of the backfield. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. Gains nothing. From the gun, on third down, it's Goff. Now pass deep for St. Brown. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Alabama. And the Saints are going to take possession. They've got it at their own 42.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
On first down, they'll start out with Kamara. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. It was Derek Barnes with the stop. They'll come up on a second down and 8. Now Carr. This one caught by the back, out of the backfield. And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8. Here's third down and a few inches. Carr now. And that is incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Carr throwing on fourth down. That's caught by Hill. And he is going to have the Saints first down by a good couple of yards as they get 3 on 4th and inches.
Love the idea of going for it on fourth down. Anytime you're on your opponent's side of the field, Mike, you have to take advantage of that field position. You're too long for a field goal, but you're too close to the end zone to punt it. So going for it on fourth down is definitely the right move. Now you've got to take advantage of it and don't let it go to waste.
They face 2nd down and 7. From the shotgun, it's Carr. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss. And on that 3rd down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up 4th down.
No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. He lets one go, looking for Shaheed.